Hi, and welcome back to the Armchair Pundits Liverpool post-match review. Once again, Liverpool have won. 1-0 victory away to Crystal Palace, and it's a weird one because on one hand it was a comfortable victory, controlled victory, I'll say. But on the other hand, when you figure the last 10, 15 minutes, it sometimes skews the rest of the performance. It can make it seem a bit less convincing than it was. So, first of all, straight out of the bat, um, for the third game, I think in four or so, we conceded an early goal and it's been ruled offside. So I don't know whether you're going to consider that us defending well in terms of having a good line, or whether we're being sloppy and we're not starting games with the right mentality. Thankfully, all of them have been ruled out, but I do think it's something that needs to stop. Um, Moving on from that, good first goal. I mean, two players that have come in, made four changes, and Simicast comes in, has a good game. Um, Gakpo comes in, he has a good game as well and gets an assist. And Jota comes in, having been rested last week, and he comes in and scores. So really, really positive in that respect. Positive play, really good play from Gakpo. Drops his shoulder, gets a nice left-footed crossing, and Jota the Slotter, as I call him, is just there. Or many people call him that, to be fair. Just there to answer Slot, because midweek Slot had said that we need more goals from our centre forwards, which is he is now amongst, because we seem to be getting a lot of goals from our wide players. So, like I said, really happy that he's managed to do that. And when he scores, you sit there and you think to yourself, you know what, we're going to control this. We'll get a second goal, and then it'll be nice and comfortable because we've won, I think, 10 of our last 11 or 9 of our last 10 at that ground. So it's a ground that we feel comfortable at. And we look at the first half, 72% possession, expected goals of 0.63 to their expected goals of 0.08. They've had one shot and we've had 8 and 2 on target. So we've also had two big chances, missed one, scored one, and they didn't even make more than 100 passes in the first half. So, and we made almost 300. So it was quite a controlled, but yet quite dominant first half performance. But whenever you are only leading by one goal, you still have that bit of jeopardy, and you need that second goal. And when we went in at half time, it was a bit. I came back, I went to the bathroom, came back, and then I'm seeing Alexis is not coming out, and Szoboszlai is coming out. I'm thinking, oh no, not another injury. It's not what we need right now. And it's since been reported that he felt something. He felt that he could play on, but he was worried that he wouldn't be able to go play for Argentina or um, play Chelsea when we come back. If he had continued playing, it could have made it worse. So they've made the substitution, and Szoboszlai has come on, and it's changed how we play because McAllister gives us an element of more control, and we lost that. Hence why the second half, the stats were 36%, not much different, if I'm completely honest. Not 36% to them, 64%, but it's the expected goals. They got more chances. From them having one shot, they've had 8 shots, and 4 on target. We've had 8 shots and had 2 on target. So they've had more on target than we have. So that was a bit worrying. But at the same time, apart from the Eze one, which, from being completely honest, he should have scored. But we've got the best goalkeeper in the world, so that becomes daunting when people who are natural goal scorers run through on goal. He should have opened up his body, either passed it round Addison or done him with the eyes and gone near post. But thankfully he didn't, and we didn't concede. But like I said, what's happened quite a lot this season, which is why we've only got 2 goals conceded. None of the chances are really, really big chances. We get maybe one a game, which Addison generally deals with. But a lot of the shots they have, and sometimes, like I said, it's 8 shots. A lot of them are from areas that aren't really going to cause much problem. So then that happens, and then with 10 minutes to go, Allison goes down again. And it's becoming quite worrying that he's getting injured very often. I've never seen a goalkeeper have so many hamstring muscle injuries. and he's always wearing like the tights. So it's almost like he knows there's a problem there. He's wearing the tights to keep his legs warm. Um, but he goes down, and lo and behold, Kelleher is pulled up ill the night before, and obviously ill today. So our third goalkeeper, Yaros, who incidentally, from being completely honest, had a good season last year, admittedly in a lower league, but had a good season, won the cup, won the league, I think in Austria, and is someone who actually wanted to go back out on loan. And Liverpool said, no, we need three good goalkeepers, so you're staying. And he's come on, had a flap at one of the crosses. Let's be honest, we've seen Alisson flap, we've seen Keller flap, we've seen many goalkeepers flap. So I wasn't really concerned. But he kept the clean sheet, which was the most important thing, and didn't make the defence look nervous. There was one moment where I think Van Dijk took the goal kick, but I generally think that potentially because the goalkeeper was so cold, goalkeepers won't be warming up. They'll be sitting on the bench thinking they're not coming on, and maybe it's me thinking maybe he didn't take the goal kick just so that he didn't put an injury. Because um, you never see anyone our defenders taking long goal kicks normally. So yeah, happy 1-0. Performance not the greatest, but we're seeing a more controlled Liverpool. We're seeing a different level of structure to our game, and you've seen a difference to our game. Midweek, when we played a team that did man on man, we went longer. Um, and today, when we've seen a team that's gone slightly different, which surprised me a bit, I've got to say, considering how they came to Anfield last year, same manager, they didn't start Mateta, which was a surprise. And obviously Elise is gone, and so they started Sarr, so that changes things in that respect. But I thought they might have tried to replicate what they did last season and get the win there. Obviously, we've got a different manager, so it's a bit different. But they let us have a lot of the ball, and there was a telling stat where we'd conceded 11 fouls in the first half, they conceded none. So for a team that should be up for a fight, up for a battle, for them not to have conceded a single foul in the first half shows that they weren't on it, they weren't ready. That obviously changed in the second half um, because they seemed more committed. So, like I said, happy with the performance. I'm happy with how we've gone, and we've got the 3 points in these games where you don't play to your best. If you want to be challenging for titles, which is what we're hopefully going to be doing coming into the season, you have to win these 1-0 games. You have to get results when you're not at your 100% best, and we've done that as of late. And we've got a little tricky period coming up afterwards. We play Chelsea to start off with, and then a few other tough games, Arsenal and Brighton a couple of times, and Real Madrid, etc. So now the heat is going to be on, but we've got the points in the bag, and it's only early. Being top doesn't mean anything now, but it's always nice to be top. So I'll move on to the player ratings, and I was quite happy with most of the players, to be honest. I can't imagine myself giving players that too many low ratings. I think most of the people that start, maybe one or two may get a bit lower, but most of them will probably get a decent score. So we'll start with Alisson. Made 4 good saves. Couldn't really complain. Eze's save was a big save because that could have made it 1-1. I still think we probably could have had another gear to go up, but you don't want to have to do that. So he keeps a clean sheet, but unfortunately goes off injured in 79 minutes. But hopefully it's not too serious, but we're hearing it's going to be a few weeks already. I've given him an 8. Um, Moving on to Simicast, I've given him a 7.5. Thought he was actually good today. Often when he comes in from the cold, he is a bit dodgy, but to be fair to him, he's been playing games. It seems that Slot is keeping him fit, keeping him ready, and rotating him in and out. So he was ready for today's performance. Good pass to Gakpo for the goal. Nice little through ball, and just really happy, to be honest. He gets a lot of stick for not playing well, but he put in a good performance today. So 7.5 for him. And for the guy who I voted as man of the match, wasn't too sure whether I'd give it to him or give it to Gakpo, but Van Dijk, he's so good that I think he doesn't get the ratings he deserves. So he may get lower ratings or not get talked about because his consistency and his level of performance is so high. Generally, he may have slack off here and there, but it's very, very rare. So I've given him an 8.5. Thought he was really strong today. um, building up attacks from the defence. He's switching the play, some fantastic crossfield balls, and just commanding and leading that back line and making a perfect triangle with him, Kanate and Alison Becker. And also have to say, he's also given Gravenberch the right information for Gravenberch to feel confident that he can continue playing how good he's playing. So, yep, 8.5 for me. Kanate, I thought he was strong. Can't remember him putting a foot wrong. Some solid tackles, some strong tackles, and some good passes from the back as well. So I've given him an 8. Another clean sheet, 7 clean sheets this season, which is fantastic. So really happy with that. Only 6 are with him, obviously, because one of them was in a cup, I think. No, sorry, we conceded in that game. Yeah, so 7 clean sheets. So he gets an 8. Trent, you can really see that he's openly said that he's asked Slot to be critical on him. Go back and watch video on how he can be a better defender, and that he wants to be a defender that players don't want to play up against. And game by game, he's getting stronger. There's less of him falling asleep. There's less of the times where we think to ourselves, why is he not running back full pelt to get back into position? He's doing all of that now, and he's looking a lot better. And it's one of those games where he wasn't fantastic going forward, but it didn't affect his game. So I've given him a 7.5. Generally happy with performance. Can't really complain about that. Moving on to McAllister, comes off at half time, but I thought he was decent, if I'm being completely honest. He always goes unnoticed because the kind of job he does, I feel he's an interceptor, he's in the right position, so you may not see him making loads of tackles and stuff like that, but his position is really good in his double pivot role. So happy with him. Obviously he comes off early, so he doesn't get the full amount. So 6.5 for him. Gravenberch, not his best performance, but not a bad performance. I've gone with 7.5 for him. He's famous, becoming famous now. He drops his shoulder as defenders close in and always seems to beat them. Got himself in trouble one point where he did it and there were 2 players waiting for him and they took the ball off him and Nketiah got a shot off, but Alisson saves it. So apart from that, really positive performance. He's winning the ball back well. He's tracking back well. Interceptions is really key for him this season. He's on it like that. And he's learning. He's still only 22. So it's only going to get better. So really happy with his performance. 7.5 for him. Moving on to Jones. Comes in, makes his first start in the Premier League. Giving him a 7.5 as well. He's secure on the ball, which is really important in our midfield. Doesn't lose the ball. 100%, I think it was 98% passing accuracy for today's game. 46 passes out of 47. Fantastic in that respect, and keeps things ticking over. 1 block shot, successful dribble 1 out of 1, accurate long ball 1 out of 1. Lost the only tackle he was involved in, but his duel wise, won 6 duels, lost 4 duels. So he can do better in that. And ground duels 3 out of 7 won, and ironically, aerial duels 3 out of 3. But what I've noticed about midfield, they're more combative. I was critical of Gakpo when we lost to Nottingham Forest, where he could have committed a foul. And I think Slot has probably told him that as well, because they're now committing tactical fouls to break up play, which is good for me. So happy with how he's played today. Salah, happy with Salah. Wasn't a great performance. I've given him a 6.5 because I think he can do better. It was in the periphery, but it's just one of those games where he just wasn't on it today. Wasn't greedy or anything like that, like you've seen him before. I think they just closed him down. I think they knew he was our strength, and they decided to block up that area, which didn't allow him to do what he wanted to do. Comes off as a sub 73 minutes, but not a horrible performance, but 6.5 because we know Salah can do better. Gakpo, who was a rival for man in the match, gets an assist, and if you watch him this season, every single time he's started a game, he's done well. He's got a goal or assist for club and country. So really happy with his performance. I've given him an 8. Can't really go wrong with what he's done today and what he's done so far this season. Second half, he did drop a bit, but that's because the whole team did. The whole team got a bit sloppy, but he was still a threat. So happy with his performance. He's getting an 8. Jota gets a goal, gets the winning goal, but He can do better. To be honest, um, giving him a 7.5. Quite a few fouls, but I think he needs that to his game. He's a niggly kind of player and likes to get into battle mode. But 7.5 for him. But just generally happy with his performance. Suppose that comes on at half time. So moving on to the subs. Suppose that comes on at half time, puts in a good performance. I've given him a 7. Um, it wasn't more of a performance for him to make the good passes and that kind of stuff, but it was more of a workman-like performance. Put in the shift, put in the groundwork. There's one point where he's running full pelt and runs past a couple of players and cuts off an attack. So there's that to his game that people seem to forget that is part that he does, and he never stops running. Only problem I have with him at the moment is we know he's got a fantastic shot, but he's not shooting. There's times where it's just there just for him to have a crack, and he doesn't. He did have one, and that was a time when he probably should have. So yeah, he's got a 7. Diaz, we didn't get the ball enough to Diaz, if I'm completely honest. He's getting a 6.5. It would have been for me. I probably would have put him left wing, put Gakpo through the middle, and moved Jota right because we know it kind of works. Klopp's done it before, but at the same time, do you want to make 3 changes? We can only make 1. But it's a shame he didn't really get into the game that much. Excuse me, he didn't really get into the game that much, so he gets 6.5. Yaros comes on, only plays 15 minutes, but it's pretty much calm 15 minutes. Gets a few catches, has one flail at a punch, but he actually connects with it and he gets it out of the box. So it wasn't that terrible. But for his debut, something that make him a bit nervous because he's completely not expecting it. Can't really complain. So 6.5 for him. Same with Robertson, comes in solid, doesn't let anyone get in on behind him and stuff like that. Solid in the tackle. 6.5 for him as well. Endo comes in 89th minute, only plays 6 or 7 minutes, but he has the right attitude. Wins his tackles, um, is good with second balls, and just does a battling performance like Endo normally does. So happy with him. So thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share, and keep on watching. Really appreciate you guys you are watching. I'm going to hopefully make this channel grow more and more. And if you do want to watch some more of us, you can go on X. Our handle is at Armchair Pundits, where I will post links to our videos and our shorts. And you can also watch our shorts on our 2 other platforms, which is Instagram. Our handle is at Armchair Pundits Podcast. And then our final one is TikTok, which is at armchair.pundits. Like I said, I put shorts 2 or 3 out a week, sometimes 4. Don't forget to comment on those as well. And let me know your view. Was it a good performance? Was it a bad performance? Or was it just one of those where you're happy with one ugly? So, thanks for watching, guys. Take it easy. Peace.